Keeping our plants watered while we are on vacation is a major concern for all us plant lovers. Here are a few tips for plant care while on vacation. Hi and welcome to Fresh from my garden. In today's video, I'm talking about how to care for your plants while you're away on vacation. When we are passionate about gardening, we love to collect a lot of indoor and outdoor plants for our home and garden. But when we go on vacation and ignore these plants for an extended period of time, we end up losing a lot of our precious and beautiful plants. So in today's video, I'm going to share some tips on how we care for our plants while we are away on vacation. An important thing to keep in mind when watering plants while on vacation is that all plants don't have the same sort of requirement. Different plants have different watering requirements, and we need to plan accordingly so that these plants are not completely ignored or underwatered or overwatered. What we do when we plan a trip or a vacation is that we water our plants the night before or the day when we are leaving. Most indoor plants and succulents require to be watered only once in 7 to 10 days. So, if we are keeping our trip in under 7 to 10 days, we just water them the day before we leave. They will be fine for around 7 to 10 days in a bright, well lit room. Also, while watering your plants, you can add a little extra water so that it runs down the drainage holes into the tray on which it is placed. In this case, whenever the soil goes dry, it will rehydrate itself from the water that is on the plate below. Overwatering the plant and letting it flow into the plate below or tray below needs to be followed only for plants that are completely not drought tolerant. In most cases, most of the indoor plants will be fine for 7 to 10 days if they are watered just before we leave for vacation. Also, they need to be placed in a room where it gets enough bright light or near a windowsill where it gets some indirect sunlight so that the plants continue to grow. As you previously saw in this video, we have placed a lot of our small tiny pots on windowsills and lot of slightly bigger pots on tables near windows so that it will continue to get bright indirect light for it to grow well. With several of our plants, we have overwatered them so that the water seeps out through the drainage holes and stays in the tray below, and it gets hydrated whenever the soil goes dry. So this way we don't have to be worried when we are taking short trips. But make sure you don't do these for your succulent plants because succulent cannot tolerate overwatering and the roots can completely rot and die. In addition to these indoor plants, we also have a lot of plants on our balcony and terrace. For the plants on the balcony, also we water them the day before and let them seep down through the drainage holes so that they are collected down in the tray below and the plants can rehydrate themselves whenever the soil goes dry. Our main concern was the vegetable saplings that we had up on the terrace. For these vegetable saplings, we cannot ignore them completely and we need to find a method to keep them hydrated while we are on vacation. So what we are using is the wick method. Strands of thick cotton thread dipped in a bucket of water, one end in a bucket of water and the other end goes into the soil close to the root of the plant. If you don't have a thick cotton thread, you can also use a thick cotton cloth which you can make it in the form of a wick and place them in this manner into the pot which needs to be hydrated. Remember to water these plants too the day before vacation. But if you use this wick method, it'll stay hydrated for a longer period of time. Vegetable saplings cannot go for 7 to 10 days without watering, even if we are not in the hot summer months. These vegetable plants need to be hydrated regularly, and we can have a drip irrigation installed when we have a large number of plants, or use this wick method when we just have a few plants at hand. In this method, the roots of the plant will absorb water from the cotton thread that has been dipped in the bucket of water as and when the roots go dry. This is a simple method that you can use for vegetable plants and other plants that you have in your garden if you don't have the drip irrigation method. It would be a good idea to cover the bucket with a plate or a tray to avoid evaporation of the water. This is a simple and cost effective method if you don't want to invest in the drip irrigation method. The last and final option, if you are going on a longer vacation, would be to have your house help or gardener spend some of their time to water your plants for you. When we take small trips or vacations of less than a week to 10 days, we just water our plants the day before we leave, and our plants are fine even when we are back from vacation. A lot of plants do fine even if they are not watered for a few days and are capable of staying alive. Hope you found these tips useful. Thanks for watching Fresh from my garden.